I've been thinking, a lot of us walk around our lives, especially when we go through hardships, and we tend to look back. We tend to look back and wish that we would have done things differently. Whether it's we wish we would have stuck with a job, stuck with a relationship, stuck with a decision, and not changed our minds about something. We wish we would have done things better. We wish we would have saved our money. I mean, there's countless things that we walk around with, and we carry these regrets throughout our lives, and we get stuck there so much. We get so weighed down, and we keep looking back, almost like every time we look into the rearview mirror of our lives, we wish and we hope that maybe we'll just see something a little bit differently that time. Maybe it's not as bad as we thought. Maybe if we just look back and we can just figure things out, maybe it was the right decision, or maybe how can I change things in the future? And we focus so much on those things, and they begin to almost poison our present. They begin to poison our current happiness and steal our joy and our hope for the future. Because a lot of us hold on to those mistakes or those failures from our past, and we think that in the future we are either going to repeat the same mistakes, or that somehow those mistakes have tainted our future, and that we could never redeem ourselves or redeem our lives. For me specifically, I've been an entrepreneur at heart ever since I was a little girl. I remember my dad used to help me print up business cards and put together a business plan, and I had a little t-shirt making business, and jewelry and hair bows and bags and all kinds of stuff back in the day when puff paint was cool. And even before that, lemonade stands and crepe stands. Yes, French crepe stands. And so my whole life I've always wanted to do something myself, create something myself, build something, and say this is mine, this is something that I did. And it seems like my whole life, this is my last year of my 30s, and my whole life I've started things, and either I've not been able to finish them for one reason or another, but I've never succeeded at anything to the point where, I guess success is dependent on the person, but I'm sitting here in my life in a dark place and in a difficult place financially, thinking, wow, if I would have stuck with a job, or if I would have decided on a different career and actually not been, this crazy adventurous entrepreneur minded person that just wanted to explore and try new things, and if I would have just been more responsible and dedicated like some of my other friends, I would have had a career by now. I could have been a doctor or a lawyer. I consider myself a pretty smart person, and I could have done anything, and so we all feel, even when we're young, we're so afraid of choosing the wrong career. We're so afraid of making the wrong decision. And then in the future, we sit here and we carry all of these regrets on our back. And I was just thinking, what if I would have changed all that? Where would I have been now? And the bottom line is that the experiences that I've had and the things that I've been able to do have made me the person that I am now. And not only that, but there is something very special. I just really believe that God created me and you and everyone, knowing that we were adventurous and we didn't want to be in corporate America. We didn't want to, sit in a chair behind a desk all of our life. Or maybe we had a passion for something and we went for it. But for some reason, life has just brought us things that, are unavoidable. So there is just so much to be said about our journey. And I think we underestimate the power of our journey and the importance of our journey. Because at the end of the day, I really believe that God has created each and every one of us for such a special and specific purpose that no one else can do what I do. No one else can have these stories. I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I actually had, stuck with a career. And I just want to encourage all of you today that, are looking back like I am, looking in your rearview mirror and just wishing that things would have turned out differently or that we would have made a different decision, I just want to encourage you and tell you that there is something so special about the decisions that you've made and where you are right now and what you are doing with your life now and where you are going. God has plans to prosper you and to not harm you. He has plans for you to bring you a hope and a future. Not just the people that go to college and get masters and doctorate degrees and have their own practices, not the people that were responsible, not like me, that just wanted to be a butterfly and travel around the world and do different things. He has something for me too. It's not just for the people that I think fit into this box of perfection that made right decisions. So I hope that you all know that wherever you are in your life, whatever decisions that you made in your life, I've always felt in my heart, and I feel like this is the best way for me to describe my relationship with God. Even when I make a mistake, even when I make a wrong turn, even when I make a bad decision, He is like the ultimate GPS. He is going to be able to reroute me to still get me to the destination that He has predestined, that He has already written in His book of where I'm supposed to go. The way that I go is going to be obviously my choices, how I get there, the trials that I go through, the consequences that I experience. All of those things are going to be a result of my choices. But He is going to do everything. If I surrender to Him every single day and I trust Him every single day, He is going to reroute me every single time, even if I turn over here. But if I, in my mind, continue to say, God, I want your will. God, I trust you. Redirect me. Please help me to make the right decision. I 110% know and believe that God will get me to where I need to be, and that His plans for my life are molded and created specifically for me and my personality. Not for the perfect person, not for what I think is the perfect person that made the right decisions, but for me. God created me just as I am, with my personality, with the fire in my blood, and my temper sometimes, and my high expectations, and all of the things that are challenges, that are flaws, that I think are mine. All of the things that I wish that sometimes I could change because we compare ourselves to other people. All of those things He put in me, and He has something that He is going to use those things for. He does not waste one part of who you are. He doesn't waste one part of your personality. And guess what? If there's something that He needs to change in you, if you continue to surrender to Him, and if you continue to live your life for Him, He will remove those things. He will correct those things. He will make this journey of becoming more like Him and for me, I want to love people better. I want to not have such crazy high expectations of other people, because I have them of myself as well, which sometimes are impossible to meet. And I know that He's working on me, and I know that these are things that are part of my story. And so I just pray and I hope that all of you know that you all have an awesome story that is unfolding every single day. The good, the bad. We are living the perfect life for us. And if anybody could just make a movie of our lives, it would be so full of amazing adventures and things that you might not even realize are exactly supposed to be there. So anyway, know that you are made for a purpose, that God has plans to prosper you no matter what it looks like, that God has plans to bring you a hope and a future, and that all you have to do is continue to just trust Him, lean on Him, press into Him, surrender to Him, and just know that His ways are higher than our ways, and His path and His will for your life sometimes doesn't look like ours or what we would choose to be, our road, but He is going to, like I said, use everything that we decide, redirect us exactly to the place where He wants us to go, because He works all things together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So anyway, I hope this encourages you today. Know that you are exactly where you need to be. Stop looking in your rear view mirror and start living. Look forward, don't look back. start living your life and thanking God for exactly who you are, where you are in this moment, and ask Him to tell you what He wants for you to do next, because it is going to be awesome. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon.